of which they still retain. That was the whole reason they came here. So they was being afflicted. They had to do all that idolatry shit there. That's why they say they gonna come to another land where never mankind dwelt and keep their laws, which they didn't do in the land that they were supposed to. That's why they came here, so they could worship properly. But eventually, they still ended up going off. It's all part of prophecy. But this is linking up with that scripture perfectly. And it says at that the first settlers came to America before the destruction of the first. That's it on that on this part. You can finish that off, huh?
Khan, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods.
So basically they was being forced to do idolatry while they was there. Alright, and then once they was able to break free, they was like, alright, we finna go to a whole new land where we can get a fresh start basically. Alright, now I'm finna pull some parts out of here of the stuff that they used to do here in the land, in America when they first came here. You can just grab, if you feel like grabbing scripture off the stuff I'm gonna read, then you can grab it.
Okay.
Alright, but this is the contents. Can't read it that well probably, but I'm gonna just read off the names of these contents, and it proves you that they had a Hebrew culture. Alright, the people known as the Native American Indians, they were not wild savages. Look at what we're wearing as garments. Alright, they used to wear these in similarity back then, with the fringes and border of blue at the end, with the long dresses, or as y'all call it. Alright, so this is the book of contents. This is just some of the different subtitles on the pages. It says their division into tribes, their worship of Jehovah. Let's see, the belief and administration of angels, language and dialects, the manner of counting time, their prophets and high priests, their feasts and festivals, their ablutions and anointings, their laws of uncleanness. I'm going to jump to that chapter. Their abstinence from unclean things, their marriage, divorce, and punishment of adultery. These are all things written in the law, statutes, and commandments in the Bible. All right, which appertains to the Hebrew people. So why would they be keeping these? Why would they just randomly just wake up one day and decide to keep Hebrew culture? They came here from the Barren Strait. They was like, let's keep Hebrew culture. They don't even know what Hebrew is if they're Asians, because the Asians live in a whole nother continent. If they were to come over from the Barren Strait, that's how you know that's a lie.
I got a precept because going back to this in 2 Kings chapter 17 and like halfway through verse 7, it says, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of the Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods. Because see, wasn't the so-called Negro is the only person who's still wearing unks and want to be Egyptians. But this is proof that the northern tribe was also in captivity with us in Egypt. And this is the book of Exodus chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all those souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. So, I mean, that's just furthermore proof that this is speaking of the northern tribe, man. There's no denying that.
I got a couple things out of here. This is some of the rituals that they would keep that's written in Hebrew culture. All right, I'm gonna get these couple points, and that's basically it. I mean, basically that'll be it, because it's just, we could go through this whole book, and it'd be without a shadow of doubt who those people were. All right, so this is for the reminder, and this is for those who might be new to this is proof that the Native American Indians and Latinos are Hebrew Israelites. And if anyone else tries to tell you different, they don't know what they're talking about, and they're lying to you. Those are your brothers and your sisters. If you're a so-called Negro, whether you be African American, Haitian, or Jamaican, those are your brothers and your sisters. That's why they're suffering with us. That's why they went through the things with us that they did. All right, can you get that? Judah and Israel are pressed together.
That's I was just in that.
Con.
That's Jeremiah 50. This is the
Oh,
Jeremiah.
just hold it out.
Okay,
Slide.
con.
All right, this is This is page 28 out of here. It says, but as we will soon see, the Americans, when they go to war, prepare and sanctify themselves only by fasting and ablutions, that they may not defile their supposed holy ark, and thereby incur the resentment of the deity. And many of them firmly believe that marriages are made above. Yeah. So basically, before they used to go to war, they used to pray and fast. Who does that? What group of people used to do that? The Hebrew Israelites.
Con.
We can get one more real quick. All right, this is out of page 136. All right, this is going to be going about how they were staying away from things that were unclean. All right, namely, animals, things they wouldn't eat. All right, it says, like the Jews, the greatest part of the southern Indians uh, abstain from most things that are either in themselves or in the general apprehension of mankind loathsome or unclean. So basically saying they stay away from things that are unclean. Where we find a deviation from that general rule among any of them, it is a corruption. Let's see. General afflictions, warriors, chiefs. Slot. You can grab that out.
Okay. This is Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I found one slide.
Go ahead.
All right, this is one of them. They didn't eat around Esau. It was a sin to do so in their eyes.
They didn't eat around Esau.
Some of them, let's see, slide. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I know you're good. I figured out.
It says, formerly, if any of them did eat in white people's houses, or even of what had been dressed there, while they were sanctifying themselves, it was deemed a dangerous sin of pollution. All right, so let's see. When some of them first corrupted their primitive virtue by drinking of our spirituous liquors, the religious spectators called it ukahome, bitter waters, alluding. So basically, yeah, it was saying how that you was deemed unclean if you was eating and drinking with an Edomite. All right, which hey, that's not it's not necessarily written in the scriptures like that, but they knew better. Right. They knew not to be dealing with people that wasn't of them. You got that out.
Oh, this is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go, man." And that's how it's that same way to this very day, man. All you tribes, whether it be from the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom, the whole makeup of Israel, this devil refuses to let us go, man. And we're all being oppressed.
I got like two more things, because there's one thing too they said in here that's cold. Right there it is. All right, I'm gonna hold that. All right, this is one more thing on their foods, because they wasn't eating the things if they're polluted, like it says in the law not to. It's like that. 136 slide. This is page 137 now. It says they reckon all birds of prey and birds of night to be unclean and unlawful to be eaten. Not long ago, when the Indians were making their winter's hunt, and the old women were without flesh meat at home, I shot a small fat hawk and desired one of them to take and dress it. But though I strongly importuned her by way of trial, she earnestly refused it for fear of contracting pollution, which she called the accursed sickness. So they had laws of food, because they knew that in the law you're not supposed to eat certain meats. All right, we're told what meats we can and can't eat, especially pertaining to birds. All right, so that's how you know that they're Hebrews. They were keeping the dietary law. All right, they weren't at first they weren't committing idolatry. All right, and they had the laws of sex and marriage. And I'll just read one point out of the marriage laws. It says the Indian marriages, divorces, and punishments of adultery still retain a strong likeness to the Jewish laws and customs in these points. All right, then it goes on to give the list. All right, if you was going around sleeping with other men's women, they would kill you. All right, if you was doing lewd acts like trying to touch a child, they'd kill you. All right, If you dealt with a woman, she was yours until she died. It goes on to say it. All right, but for time's sake, But I got one more out of there. You still got some on that?
No, yeah, I had another precept.
Okay, you can pull it.
Okay, and this is an oldie but goodie, but this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, and I'm going to read verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not even consider.
And today, your average Hebrew Israelite, they don't even know what those two words together are. They think that they're either Black American or they fucking Jamaican or some shit, or they think they Mexican, they think they Puerto Rican, they El Salvadorian. All right, they from here and there, but they don't know that this is their nationality. Hold it up, out the scripts, flip to the front page, the cover. That's us. This is us. This is where we go back to. All right, that's our heritage and our history book, the Holy Bible. All right, specifically 1611 King James versions. All right, this is where we come from. We don't come from Africa. All right, we're not from Mexico. We're not from the Americas or nowhere else. This is all where we come from. We're Hebrew Israelites from whatever one of the 12 tribes. All right, I'm gonna grab this last thing out of this book because this is cold. This is out of verse 35. It says, it's out of page 35. It says, even the Indians who were formerly bred in amity with us and in enmity to the French used to call us in their war orations Hotuk Okpros, which means the accursed people. But they flatter themselves with the name Hotuk or Ritopa, the beloved people. So they used to call Esau the accursed people, the so-called white man. Now, why would they be doing that? Why would they be calling them the accursed people? And why would they be calling themselves the beloved people? Beloved of who? Accursed by who? By the Most High, because they knew so. All right? Because their supposed ancestors, as they affirm, were under the immediate government of the deity who was present with them in a very particular manner and directed them by prophets, while the rest of the world were aliens and outlaws to the covenant. Boy, shit. Hey.
What's the copyright of this book? Real quick, let me see something. This book was first published in 1930. So this book go back to 1930, man.
That's when they published it.
Right. Esau didn't think to hide this, Yeah, that's when it was first published.
That's a cut, man. They said, look, we the chosen people. All you other people, y'all not chosen by our God. What does that sound like? How many scriptures is that written in the Bible? All right. So that was basically it, man. We was just proving to you who the Native American Indians and Latinos are according to scripture and in history. All right, those are their Hebrew Israelites. And another thing on my shirt, you can read this says Wyandotte. All right, this is one of my shirts from high school from wrestling. Who is Wyandotte? That's a Indian chief. All right, up here in Michigan. All right, which Esau slew, took the land and named the land after him as an insult. All right, but these are the people. I didn't even mean to put this shirt on. I just happened to craft it out my shirt, my bag.
That's the spirit.
I realized it right when we started the video. I was like, damn, this is my Wyandotte shirt. But all right, they got a face of a bear on it, But these the so-called Native American Indians, there's our brothers and sisters. If there's any so-called Native American Indians, y'all out there on the reservations or wherever you at, and you watching this video, you are a Hebrew Israelite. You're not Choctaw, you're not Cherokee, you're not Apache, you're not Blackfoot. All right, you're not a Seminole Indian. All right, these are all names that are put on you and fake names that you put on yourselves. You're a Hebrew Israelite from probably the tribe of Gad, which would be the North American Indians, even up a little bit up there in Canada, and then Reuben, the Seminole Indians. All right, and some of the ones that look like Negroes, a lot of them. All right, you are a Hebrew Israelite. You're not none of that. And you need to come back. You need to come back to this. To Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the true name of the Most High and the Son. You need to come back to it before it's too late, before this place and you yourself get destroyed in it. Alright, so with that, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, walk with them, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. All right, to any of my to our native brothers and sisters out there watching this, come back to your nationality before it's too late. All right, you better start looking stuff up. All right, so we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.